equilibrium means when the effect of the resultant force, whatever resultant we are finding by taking sigma fx and sigma fy, that resultant is 0 means automatically there is no effect. That means suppose you are applying two equal and opposite forces on a point. What is the resultant? 0. That means that particular object is in equilibrium, it is not moving anywhere, that is in the equilibrium state. Not only with two forces, with 4 forces, with 6 forces, with 3 forces also we can get equilibrium condition. That means the net effect of all those forces on the object is 0. So if the resultant is 0 means its x component and y component must be separately equal to 0. So r is equal to 0 means suppose this is not equal to 0. Then this total r won't become 0. If both are zeros means then only that will become 0. So that means Rx is 0, Ry is 0. Now Rx is 0 means sum of all the components are 0. That means sigma fx is 0. Okay. Ry is 0 means sum of all the y components is 0. That means sigma fy is 0. So sigma fx is 0, sigma fy is 0, all called as equations of equilibrium. Here two equations are there. That's why we can find maximum up to 2 unknowns. By solving a problem you can understand this concept. Now two ropes are tied together. Two ropes are tied together at point C. Somewhere here, this is first rope, this is second rope, these two are tied. If the maximum permissible tension in each rope is 3.5 kilonewton only, that means tension means that will act like this. That is 3.5 kilonewton only on both the wire ropes. Okay. What is the maximum force P that can be applied and in which direction? So to keep this in the equilibrium position, how much amount of force we have to apply here and in what direction? That is the question. Okay. According to this geometry, if you extend this line like this, if this angle is 20 degrees means this angle will become 20. If this angle is 50 means automatically this angle will become 50. At point C, some tension will act like this in this direction, and this is the unknown force P at some theta angle. Now I will draw them separately here. Okay. The tension along AC I will call as TAC, that is 3.5 Newton, BC that is TBC along 3.5 Newton. This angle is 50 degrees, this angle is 20 degrees. Already we have obtained that angles here. Unknown angle is theta. Okay. Now consider the equilibrium of point C. Sigma fx equal to 0. That means suppose if you take P, its component along x direction is P cos theta. Okay. Then if you take this 3.5 Newton force, its component along x direction, that is equal to 3.5 cos 50. That is positive. That is this 3.5 cos 50. Now if you take this particular force, its x component will be like this. That is 3.5 cos 20 in the negative direction, minus 3.5 cos 20. That is equal to 0. Because this is in the equilibrium. That's why we have to find P value. So equilibrium means sigma fx equal to 0, equate this to 0. Okay, next. Now as it is equal to 0, just simplify this and take this to the other side, then you will get this value P cos theta equal to 1.031. Call this as equation 1. Next, take the y components. Y component of P is equal to P sin theta. That will act in the upward direction, that is this. Y component of this force 3.5 Newton at an angle of 50, that will act in the downward direction like this. That is 3.5 sin 50, and downwards negative side means minus, that is this. Now if you observe this, so this is also will act in the downward direction like this up to here. That is 3.5 sine 20 and negative 3.5 sine 20 negative, okay, equal to 0. So we are getting this by using the equation sigma fy equal to 0. So then we are getting the equation like this. If you simplify this, p sin theta equal to 3.870, just take the sine values, cos values, substitute and simplify this, then you will get something like this. This you call as equation 2. Now from equation 1 and 2, we have to get the p value and cos theta value. How to simplify this? Here cos theta term is there, here sin theta term is there. We know one relation, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So that's why square equation 1 and square equation 2 and add 1 square plus 2 square, that is equal to p square into, this is 1 square means p square cos square theta is equal to 1.031 square, okay. In the same way here p square sin square theta is equal to 3.870 square. Now I am adding, taking this p as common like this, then cos square theta plus sin square theta, if you simplify and add, you will get like this. Now this entire term value is 1. We know cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to 1. That's why p square equal to 16, p equal to 4 Newton. Okay, in this way you can get the p value. Now what about theta value? To get the theta value, if you take equation 1 or equation 2, we have only two unknowns. Already p value is known, that means only unknown is theta. So for example, if you take equation 2, p value is 4, substitute that, then sin theta equal 3.87. The only unknown is now theta. Now you can get the theta value. Just take this to other side, simplify, then theta equals sin inverse of this value. Then that value is 75 degrees. In this way you can solve the problems using the equilibrium equations. Thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Now to get the resultant, add the all x components, that means fx1, fx2, fx3, fx4. That is the resultant along x direction. Simply you can indicate that as sum of x components. To get the resultant in y direction, add all the y components fy2, fy3, fy4. That simply you can indicate as sum of all the y components. The total resultant you can obtain using this equation, root over rx square plus ry. Inclination theta you can find by taking the tan relation, tan theta equal to ry by rx. Now we will solve a simple problem to understand this concept. Here I am taking 4 forces. 5 Newton is acting along x direction, 10 Newton is making an angle of theta with x, and 26 Newton is making an angle of 90 degrees with 10 Newton force, and 20 Newton force making an angle of 150 degrees with 26 Newton force. This is the given problem. Now we have to find the angle of each force with respect to x direction. Okay, for 10 Newton it is 60 degrees. So what is the angle of this 26 Newton force with respect to x direction? This angle we have to find. So this angle is up to here, angle is 90 plus 60, that means here to here, this total angle, here to here this angle is 150. This total angle up to here is 180, that means this angle is 180 minus 150, that means this is 30 degrees. Okay, what is the angle made by this 20 Newton force? So up to here this is 150, here to here another 150, means up to here this is 300. Total angle is 360, that means this remaining angle, this angle is 360 minus 300, that is equal to 60 degrees. This angle is 60 degrees. Now 5 Newton force will act only in the x direction. In y direction, effect of this 5 Newton force is 0. Okay, 5 Newton force I am taking along x direction. Now coming to this 10 Newton force, x component of this 10 Newton force will act like this. That value is 10 cos 60. Okay, that is this value 10 cos 60. Now coming to this 26 Newton force, x component will act like this. That value is 26 cos 30, because this is 30. This is along negative direction, so minus 26 cos 30, that value is this. Next coming to this 20 Newton force. This 20 Newton force x component again will act like this, and that value is, that value I am writing here, 20 cos 60, and that is again positive, so 20 cos 60. Okay, if you take cos 60, cos 30, cos 60 values, and if you simplify this, finally you will get the resultant force along x direction is minus 2.517. Okay, now come to y direction. In y direction, this 5 Newton force effect is not there. Okay, no need to bother about this 5 Newton. This is acting only along x. For this 10 Newton force, you will have the y component that will act in the upward direction like this. In the upward direction, the value is 10 sin 60. That is positive, 10 sin 60. Okay. Next, coming to this 26 Newton force, this will also have the y component like this in the upward direction only, up to here. The value is 26, angle with respect to this x, this is 30 degrees, 26 sin 30, and this is in the positive direction only, so plus 26 sin 30. Now coming to this 20 Newton force, this particular force will have y component in the downward direction like this. As it is acting in the downward direction, you can split like this in this direction. Okay, that means 20 Newton into angle is 60 sin 60, that is this, and this is towards negative y, so minus sign. That's why I am writing minus. So total I am getting 4.34. Then resultant r equal to root over rx square plus ry square. Then resultant is 5.017 we are getting. Theta equal to tan inverse of ry by rx, ry by this, tan inverse of that by that means minus 59 degrees. This is approximately assume as some 60 degrees, minus 60 degrees I am getting. Now minus 60 degrees means somewhere here you will have the resultant 5 Newton. At minus 60 degrees means from negative side you have to indicate. Positive 60 means like this you have to indicate. Okay, minus 60 means this is from positive side. What is the angle now? Total is 180. 180 minus 60 means from this side you want to indicate the angle means that is 180 minus 60. Then that will become 120 from the positive x side. Okay, in this way you have to find the resultant. Thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.